And here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out the 37.
Oh!
Burned!
Cabot, where did he come from?
Here
comes Zwack.
A punch from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it Auto Club.
I played a couple of simulators and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
But you feel like you're really driving, it feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
SCT Truck Series VSRL, the VRX Simulators Championship Pursuit, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Live on VSPEED, I'm your host, Bradley Cooper, and we have flag-to-flag coverage of the final race to set the stage. Points battle on the line for your top 4. We have the names Sean Bounty, Sean Langton, Ross Phillips, and Nicholas Pressey. One of these 4 can snag the championship. It's right there in front of them. About 3 minutes to grid. We want to get a quick chat with some of your top 4 if we can squeeze in all of them. I know they're having their pre-race meetings, so I didn't move them as early as I wanted to, but right now it looks like we can move Sean Bounty up here. Sean Bounty, it's Bradley Cooper up in the VSPEED booth. You got a copy, guy?
Yeah, I got you.
So we're looking at the championship right here. You're in the final 4, Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Yeah.
Rolling the dice here tonight. What's it going to take to win this championship?
A little bit of luck, keeping the tires under the car, making the right pit calls. It's very draft sensitive and it's very tire sensitive. So you need to keep a lead foot on the car and somehow manage to save the tires. And you need to do it in a long run. Yeah, I'm trying not to overthink it, overplan it. I know a few basic steps, which is, you know, where the pit cycles should end up if we stay green, how conservative you need to be. There's no real points for leading laps. There's no reason to be out front all race long and burn everything up. So we'll see how it goes. Just kind of play it by ear a little bit.
Ross Phillips out there as well, Langton and Pressey. So some of these guys that you want to keep in your sights, but not overdrive your stuff. I agree, Sean. So good luck out there tonight, and go get them, man. Try to win this thing.
Absolutely. Thank you.
There's Sean Bounty. Let's see. I think I need to put Sean back down there in VRX while he moved himself. All right, so we're good to go. Let's see if we can get a quick chat here with Ross Phillips. Ross Phillips, it's Bradley Cooper up in the VSPEED booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy.
Hey, I know you're
bad there because we're middle of conversations, but
I'm sorry about that, man. I just wanted to get the top 4 in here. We're coming up to the last race here, so I just wanted to get a quick chat with you. So you got Langton, you've got Bounty, you've got Pressey. You've been leading a lot of laps here the last few races. What's it going to take to get it done?
honest to God, just going out there and running balls to the wall best that we can. It's going to take a lot of tire saving strategies. A lot of people who overestimate this track and chew their tires up pretty quick here. So we're going to do what we can to try to save tires off the get-go. Good Orange Speed's got a pretty good little game plan put together for this. So hoping that we're going to bring it home.
Well, good luck out there tonight. Made it to the final four. Most important lap to lead that last one. Good luck, Ross.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate it, buddy.
Here's the 5. Ross Phillips in that final 4 as well. And we've run out of time. I wanted to get Pressy and Langton up here, but we've run out of time. They were having pre-race meetings. Hell, I still interrupted some meetings going on between Orange Speed and their guys. So probably best that we just let these guys hit the grid. Nicholas Pressy gonna start out there on the pole tonight. Pressy put up a 31.044 with Kyle Stewart on his outside. 0.03 of a second separating those two. We get down here pit side as soon as these guys decide to take the grid. There we go. Next row is going to belong to Ross Phillips with Sean Bounty. So there's your front top 3. Have to go all the way back to 10th position to find Sean Langton. 5th position, Garrett Helmlinger with Brian Watkins in 6th. 7th spot will belong to Dakota Floyd. Brian Hennings in 8th. And rounding out your top 10 will be Morgan Cook, last year's champion, and Sean Langton in the top 4 in points. 11th spot, Todd Cleveland with Justin Ritchie in 12th. 13th position will be Thad Miller with Randy Swale in 14th. 15th will be Levi Keyreel. I believe I'm saying that one right. Ryan Depew in 16th. And rounding out your field here tonight at Las Vegas is Joseph Selig. So Las Vegas, the 1.5 mile speedway. We had great finishes here. BTDY, we had great finishes Saturday Night Racing League just a couple nights ago. So we're ready to go. I'm ready to see under the lights here tonight. It was daylight for the SNR. It's late evening to start this thing off. Nicholas Pressy going to lead him to the green flag. All right, coming off of turn 4, getting ready to go. Drone camera up in the air. Pressy's gonna, they called it once to green here. See if we can get Pressy up here. Let's get him up in the booth. Nicholas Pressy, you got a copy?
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Hey man, you're in the top 4. You're leading this thing to start it. And you're no stranger to getting the pole. You got the pole last week. Let's see if you can put it all together here tonight and win this championship.
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, I got the pole here last season too. It didn't pan out so well with the strategy, but I've made some refinements that I hope will turn out very, very profitable this time around.
Good luck out there, Nick, and hopefully we can have that post-race interview, crown ourselves a champion with the 94 on that trophy. Good luck.
Thank you very much again.
All right, there he is. 94 Nicholas Pressy, and let's try this one more time. A long 3 and 4. Lights are out on the pace car this time. .650 horsepower, about to go green. Pressy hits the box. Geico restart zone. And we're live racing at Las Vegas. leading lap number 1. It's going to be Nicholas Pressey. Ross Phillips hot on the bumper, though. He's been peeking that outside, and Pressey has to go low. A little back up on the corner there for the 5 of Phillips. Both these guys behind Pressey talked to him in post-race or pre-race. Mentioned saving tires is going to be so important. Your championship top 4, 3 of them up here in the top 3. Racing nose to tail. You know they put the time in. And the last piece of the puzzle back here in the 11th position. Right on board with him. That's Sean Langton. He started 10th, lost the spot. He's got a little bit of ground to make up here. Riding on board now with Nicholas Pressey. And Ross Phillips has not let up since the green flag. He's been all over the rear bumper. Now dives to the bottom, down below the white line. Looks like he's got to run into one. He does, and he takes away the lead, maybe here on the exit. The 94 holding it up high. John Bounty looking to follow suit and go right with the number 5, but it doesn't pan out. And now Bounty moves up high. Dakota Floyd up here in the mix in 4th position. Shuffling up this top 3. Phillips is able to clear Pressey this time by. Pressey gets a good run off of 4. And they almost door touch going into 1. Pressey's having a connection issue here. He has to drop back to the 5th spot. Now Bounty all over the bumper. I know these guys mentioned saving tires, but it looks like they're pushing pretty hard, trying to get by one another. Bounty said it's not going to matter how many laps you lead as long as you lead that last one. Morgan Cook now up in the hunt. Cook came all the way from 9th position up to 5th. Kyle Stewart, who started outside the pole, is right behind him. Todd Cleveland moving up through the field, and so is Langton, now up to 8th. The 8 car starting to make up some ground. Now we got a battle for the lead. 34 of Bounty on the outside of Phillips. He gets the nose and edges him out here as they enter 3. He's going to be the leader. That's our 3rd lead change since the beginning of this race. iRacing's going to say 1, but we had a different pole sitter. Ross Phillips took it away. Now it's Sean Bounty. I see he's back up to 3rd. He's working the outside of Dakota Floyd there. Looks like he was about to get a run off the corner on Phillips, but ends up having to lift out of the throttle. Falls in line. Langton has his hands full, trying to get around the 41 of Kyle Stewart for 6th spot. Down to the bottom he goes. It's going to get tougher and tougher to pass on this inside. This inside line only works for a couple laps, and we're about 10 of them into this race. Langton might have to choose the outside and follow Floyd up there. I say that as Stewart starts to pass Floyd. It's a big run as they go into 1. But he's holding on to it pretty well. I don't know if Langton's going to be able to clear. Oh, the 13 of Thad Miller goes around. That's going to bring out a yellow. 10 laps into this race, and Thad Miller gets in contact here with, I believe, the 31 of Ryan Depew. Let's take a look back at that and see what happened. they go into turns 1 and 2. It looks like they were maybe 3 wide there for a brief second. I don't think the 31 really had anything to do with that. Yeah, that was the 17 getting into the 13. Oh, and the 31 just locks it up on his own and tears the front end off the truck. I guess he thought that that was going to come back down the track. We'll go back and look at that at a different angle right on board here with the 31. He just locks it up, pushes that pedal. Wasn't calibrated, I'd say. He pushed it too deep. So that'll bring out caution number 1 of the night. And here they come down pit road. Ross Phillips leading them in. Sean Bounty, Nicholas Pressey, everybody coming down pit road here. We get 4 fresh tires. You'll definitely see this championship top 4 pitting with one another. They're all going to try to match each other's game plan. Here it is, topping off with fuel. Ross Phillips wins the battle off pit road. It's Sean Bounty, Pressey, Stewart, Morgan Cook, your top 5 out of pit road here. Ryan Depew gets that damage fixed. He's back out on the track. The 21 at Helmlinger beside him, just outside the top 10. Ross Phillips, he led 6 laps, takes the lead back from Sean Bounty on pit road, just topping off with fuel. He was 6.5 in his box and 31.9 in the lane, but still wins the battle off pit road. I don't know if Sean just had a bad time exiting the pit stall, but that allowed Ross Phillips to take away the lead. Everybody going to be on fresh tires. Let's see if we can bring up Sean Langton here. First, we'll check and see if the lights are out on the pace car this time by. I believe they might be. Yeah, they are. So, just going to bring up Langton here since we didn't get an interview with the final guy in the top 4. Maybe we'll get to talk to him when he wins the championship. All right, here we go into turn 1. Pace speed. 5 of Phillips. 34 of Bounty. The 94 of Pressey. Into the picture now, though. Sean Langton. Qualified 10th. Maybe he gets a good restart. Gets up there in the top 4. We'll see. He's got Morgan Cook, Dakota Floyd, and Kyle Stewart to get around. It can be done. Fresher tires would be nice, but these guys electing to take fuel only. Levi Burrell being the only truck to take tires, I believe. And he is in the 12th position. So hard left-hand turn here for the iRacing pace car. The 5 of Phillips going to light him up. As we start this race for the 2nd time here tonight. Bounty going to try to match that as they go into the Geico restart zone. Hitting the loud pedal, and Ross Phillips leads him into turn 1. Already up on the bumper, Pressey gets around the 34 of Bounty as they go down the backstretch trying to take the lead back. Your pole sitter lost the position very early in the run, trying to snag it back from Ross Phillips. Seems like Pressey has some good short run speed. Let's see if he can get around him. Now Kyle Stewart moves his way up into 3rd place. He's going to put up a fight on the bottom. Bounty not able to clear. 2 by 2 all the way back to the 5th position. And now Langton trying to get around the 51 of Morgan Cook. He dives it down to the bottom. And there's another position for Langton. Bounty on the outside of Stewart, side by side in 1 and 2. Almost peaks at 3 wide there for a second. 94 Pressey left the door open. Bounty knows better. He said he wanted to be patient during this race, but if that door opens up too many more times, he might have to take it. Takes it into the top 5 now. On the move here. This battle heating up for the championship. 3 out of the 4 in the top 3. The last piece of the puzzle for Sean Langton. He just needs one more position as he works his way to 5th on the outside of Kyle Stewart now into 3 and 4. Pressey and Phillips still side by side in front of him. Oh, you can tell these guys very nervous. Nicholas Pressey hanging it up there on the outside, able to clear Ross Phillips. Phillips going to fall in line in front of Bounty. Pressey now going to lead a lap. He led 3 of them. Now he's going to lead number 4. At 19 starting now. Back here with Dakota Floyd and Kyle Stewart. They're side by side. Langton moves up to the 4th position. Now the 51 in the wall trying to peel it back. They scatter around for 3 wide as they go into 3 and 4. And Cook's able to hold it up there. Back up to the front, looking for the back of the 94 Pressey. Impressive drive here for the 94 tonight. Go back here to the 4th position. 6/10 out from the lead. David Tires. Starting to make a little bit of a gain on Sean Bounty, though. Maybe a pass for 3rd in the midst here for the 8 of Langton. 34 Bounty dives it down deep into 1 and 2, but that's going to allow the 8 to get a good run off the corner. He starts to catch back up to the back of the 34. This top 4 has pulled away from Dakota Floyd and Kyle Stewart. 0.7 of a second gap here. Remember last week, Floyd had a faster car, just wasn't able to have enough time to catch Ross Phillips. He played the tire-saving game, just fell a couple laps short of catching the 5 at Bristol. So it's going to be Nicholas Pressey again, this time by the 8 of Langton, gets around Sean Bounty for 3rd. Now sets his sights on the back of Ross Phillips. Appreciate that, John, Deb. Thank you very much. It's been a fun season, and it's all coming down to this final 4. And boy, are they putting on a show. Side by side again for the lead. Phillips to the bottom. Langton dives it down. Now getting a run into 1. Langton, who got pretty quiet in the bottom half of the season, had a few wins under his belt. Started settling for top 4, top 5 finishes. Now really turning up the heat in the final race. Race number 14 of SCT Southeast Tutoring Truck Series. VSRL has put on a great season. I've enjoyed every single lap of it. I hope you guys have liked and shared and subscribed and do all the fancy stuff that helps me speed out, helps us out tremendously. Because really, we're nothing without you guys. Pass for second place. Langton now setting his sights on the leader. Can he get him up there? The tire's starting to fall off. 14 laps. We could actually accumulate 26 laps on these tires, because this top four did not take any on that last pit stop. Bounty trying to get around the 94 of Pressy. Dakota Floyd, who was probably saving a little bit. I told you that. He catches back up to this top four, and he brings Todd Cleveland with him. Floyd being very patient, but he does have a faster truck this time by. Bounty puts up a 32.3. Floyd puts up a 32.2. And now he dives to the bottom for the fourth position. Not able to get the run off the corner, has to fall back in line. That defensive driving that you see this top four pulling off. One-tenth of a second separate the 5 and the 8 here tonight. Langton's been able to hold with him, but not able to get a run on the exits of the corner to make the pass. Floyd gets around Pressy. Pressy's all over the bumper of Bounty. Floyd and Todd Cleveland following through to mix up this top four. Floyd getting very tight here on the exit. Able to hold it down, though, off the wall. Now moves him up to third position, trying to chase down Langton. Langton in that dirty air probably affected the right front. Starting to burn that tire up. He's right back up on the bumper here. As they go into one, thought maybe he was going to dive it down and try to make a pass. Backs it up again. He's just hanging with the 5. Being very, very patient. Not over driving it. Doesn't want to use up his stuff. These two are teammates here tonight. Running 1-2. 30 laps into the race. This will mix up the strategy a little bit with that extra fuel. These guys will be able to go further on fuel alone. Todd Miller, appreciate that. Yeah, it's too bad Thad did get caught up in something that looked like a racing deal. I believe it was the 17 of Watkins was in the middle line. They were running 3 wide. Check back in here with Thad Miller. He's currently in the 17th position. Looks like he got most of that damage fixed. Still on the lead lap here for the 13. But probably not wanting to burn that. He already used the fast repair, so he's in a situation where he has to take it kind of easy here. Morgan Cook in front. We got Saleh. Justin Ritchie were running side by side there for just a moment. Kyle Stewart, Todd Cleveland. This group side by side. Pressy falling back. About to fall out of the top 5 here. In the 11th position here for the 00, Randy Solly. Trying to sneak up there in the top 10. These guys up in front of him still racing really hard. Cleveland not able to get around the 94. And this has been going on for about 6 laps now. Cleveland finally dives it down and clears him. Will he pull the slide job? He will. That box is in the 94, who drops down, takes a little peek. Nothing there. Back up to the front. Dakota Floyd starting to catch these two. Phillips, who's been driving his heart out, trying to maintain that lead in front of Langton. They might have been burning up their stuff a little bit. John Bounty back here in the 4th position. He's about 2 seconds off the lead. He's starting to fall back to the clutches of Todd Cleveland. The top 3 have all but checked out from the field here. Look at the gap between Dakota Floyd, Sean Bounty. Cleveland all over his back bumper. About to be side by side as they go into 1 and 2. It is side by side. And the 44 trying to take away 4th position from one of the championship top 4. Presti has fallen all the way back to the 7th spot. Hennings on the inside of him for just a brief second. Now side by side for Cleveland. Not able to clear Bounty yet. Looks like he got the position. Can he hold it? Oh, maybe a crossover here. I believe Bounty cut him a break. Not much has changed, though, for this top 3. 0.4 of a second, separating back to 3rd. Langton is hung with the 5 all the way through this run. We start to approach green flag pit stops. Langton pit with the 5. Does he go 1 lap short? Does he go 1 lap long? Needless to say, he wants to keep it within that 1 lap range because tires are so important at this track. Morgan Cook on the outside here. Garrett Helmlinger is going to go around him. Nicholas Presti actually drops down in front of the 21 of Helmlinger. Is not able to get around him here. Helmlinger falls back. Cook back up in front of him. Uh-oh. Dakota Floyd might have made a mistake here. He falls back a second from the lead. Yeah, I think he's got a little bit of right side damage on that machine. Might have had a slight little brush with the wall for the 24 team. This field getting pretty spread out. Phillips with a 0.2 of a second lead over Sean Langton, who's in 2nd. Dakota Floyd falls back 1.5 seconds almost in the 3rd position. And then it's all the way back to Todd Cleveland for another 1.5 seconds. Sean Bounty, who was up in that top 3 a moment ago, falls down to the 6th position. Kyle Stewart going to pass him on the inside. Joseph Selig, Ryan Depew, they were side by side for a brief second. Back here to the 13 of Thad Miller, rounding out your field right now. 0 55 side by side for the 11th position. Randy's fighting it back on the backstretch on the outside of the exit, but can't hold it. Lost the momentum. Justin Ritchie takes away 11. So 31 laps led here tonight for Ross Phillips. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Get a word from our sponsors here at VSRL. And we'll be back for Green Flag Pit Stops right after this.
played a couple of simulators, and this was like very responsive. Especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving. It feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
VRX Simulators Championship race at Las Vegas Motor Speedway VSRL Truck Series. Final race of the championship. The top four have been going at it all race long, and now starting our green flag pit stops. Looks like the 21 of Helmlinger is going to bring it down on lap 46. We also had the 31 of Ryan Depew that hit pit road. Sean Bounty side by side there with Morgan Cook. Bounty has fallen back to the 7th position here. Check in with your lead. Ross Phillips has stretched it out to 0.4 of a second. Langton hasn't lost sight of him yet. This could be one of the situations where the 8 car decides to go one more lap, get the lap led. I know it's not going to be a big difference maker, but Langton could potentially have that 1 lap fresher tire help him keep the lead. He just got to get on and off pit road a little bit better than Phillips, who's been really strong all season, minimizing the mistakes. Dakota Floyd, he's kind of brought it back. In the 3rd position, he's fallen back to Todd Cleveland a little bit. 0.5 of a second now. Half a second. I'm seeing Kyle Stewart kind of gain here in the 5th position on these guys as well. And no other cars have hit pit road yet. 1 lap down for Thad Miller. He has hit pit road. It was Ryan Depew, Thad Miller, and Garrett Helmlinger are the 3 that have pitted thus far. Now the 53 is going to bring it down. Levi Curell going to hit his box. And now the 5 of Phillips, the 8 of Langton, side by side into pit road. No mistakes here for the 5 or the 8. They've got to be perfect. Looks like the 51 of Morgan Cook comes in as well. Perfectly into his stall there. Oh, the 51 misses his. The 34 Bounty misses his stall. Bounty loses a ton of time here. Ross Phillips off pit road wins the battle here. And they're neck and neck here as they go down the back straightaway. So checking in with your championship top 4. Nicholas Pressey back in the 12th position after this all cycles through. He came down pit road. Phillips, Langton going to resume the front 2. Dakota Floyd in 3rd. Sean Bounty losing a lot of time, falls back to the 9th position. That slight little mistake on pit road is all it takes here to ruin those championship hopes. Maybe the 34 of Langton can recover from this, but it's going to be a tall order. Might need a caution to bail him out. Dakota Floyd now pushing the outside. He's going to try to pass for 2nd. He does. Right up around the outside. Well, these guys might have taken 2 tires. We have a 12.5 second pit stop for Sean Langton. He might have taken right sides only. I didn't get a real good look down there on pit road, but Dakota Floyd definitely took 4. He just rocket ships right past these guys. So Floyd gonna lead this time by. Phillips falls back 0.8 of a second. Sean Langton 1 second back from Ross Phillips. And he's getting past here by the 44, and he gets really tight there off the exit. Bounty took 4 tires. This will help him out a little bit, having the advantage over some of these guys in front of him. Langton falls back to the 4th spot as Cleveland goes around. It's not time to panic yet, chat. These guys are on different tire strategies. With the limited tire sets, you have to kind of gamble and mix match your strategy. The 8 and the 5 will be just fine. They'll get tires when the other group doesn't, and it'll all even out. So long as this race goes green, it'll pretty much level out. A caution could really do in for these guys that elected to take 4 tires, because you know that Ross Phillips and Sean Langton are going to come down pit road and grab that set if there is a yellow. Morgan Cook works his way back into the top 5. He's trying to chase and pass the 8 of Langton. John Bounty now to the inside. Strategy all over the place here tonight. As we go into standby mode through your top 10, Dakota Floyd, your leader, showed some speed later in the run on the first stint of tires and fuel. Elects to take all 4. Finds himself up front. 2.5 seconds would be the interval here between the 24 and the 5. Or the 44, excuse me. Todd Cleveland moves it up to 2nd position, trying to chase down the 24 of Floyd to lead some laps. Cleveland having that great show at Auto Club, almost gets a win. And you got a chaos going on back here, 3 wide. This is the product of these guys all taking new 4 tires, and Phillips not electing for 4. Feels like you're sitting still sometimes. Bounty up to 3rd now. Decent recovery from where he fell back to the 8th position at one point. So the 34, things looking up for him again. Brian Henning's just behind him. Solid race day here for the 74 team. They've needed this for a while. They've had a lot of bad luck as of late. So good to see Brian doing better. Especially a way to end this season. There's Morgan Cook in the 51. He's still trying to figure out. He had that tag with the wall earlier in this race. He's still trying to figure out how he's going to recover from that. Just behind them, Nicholas Pressey, one of your championship top 4. He's in 6th position. Started on the pole here tonight. It's not where you start, it's where you finish. The 94 team knows that, but they've got a lot of work to do. 7th position is going to belong to Ross Phillips. He falls 6 seconds off the lead and 2.5 back from Nicholas Pressey. Sean Langton, he's 3 seconds back from Ross Phillips. So these 2 tires or no tires really starting to show the effects, and if you're not prepared to drive that, It can wear you down, take you back to 8th spot for Langton. Levi Curel, 9th position in the 53. They're ahead of Kyle Stewart, who's trying to get back up into the top 10. Ryan Depew will round out that final position. Randy Saleh on pit road here. Not sure if this is a scheduled stop or not, but he does hit the box. He's down and away now in the 00 machine. He's going to go 2 laps down here tonight. Garrett Helmlinger in as well. These guys kind of splitting this run by 16 laps. Look to see Ryan Depew if these guys are all in the same strategy. He might be the next guy down pit road. But Dakota Floyd pulls out 2 seconds ahead of Todd Cleveland. 3 seconds ahead of Sean Bounty. Floyd probably feels like he's Superman right now with those 4 fresh tires. 14 laps on these Goodyear Eagles. Brian Hennings starting to put the pressure on Sean Bounty for 3rd. Depew gets around Langton, who falls back to 10th. And losing even more ground. It seems like that truck got really tight as we ride on board with him here. Looks like that truck's just not rotating. The 8 of Langton not liking the no tires or 2 tires, whatever the case may be. That can be a product of, you know, just used to the regular stint of 4 tires, where they fall off, where they'll be at the end of the run. That's where he started this run. And it seems like this truck just got tighter and tighter as the night went on. Not able to hang with the 5 of Ross Phillips, who is 3 positions ahead. 7th position now for the 5. Tell you that spread, that's what it looks like. Dakota Floyd still your leader right now. He's led 15 of them so far. We passed the halfway point in this race. Been doing this in other leagues. I think this is a perfect opportunity. Turn up that volume. Let's listen to these cars go around. Then we crank it up here, and Ross Phillips brings it down pit road. Looks like the 8 of Langton's going to stay out this time by, get that 1 lap advantage on tires. Phillips hits his stall perfectly. Right side's going to go up on this machine. Drew works back around to do the left side. now down and away. Line 5 car. Trying to get it back out there as fast and as smooth as he can. He's going to go one lap down. A caution would destroy his chance here. So Cleveland comes back out on the track. He goes a lap down. Selig in front of him. Selig's still a lap down from earlier in this race where he pitted. Championship top 4, Sean Bounty running in the 2nd position. He has the 74 of Brian Hennings all over his back bumper. .2 seconds back from the leader, Dakota Floyd. And no more takers on pit road just yet. These guys staying out. The 8 of Langton, he's going to run a couple more laps. The backstretch for him now as the 41. Langton actually did bring it down pit road before Ross Phillips. I apologize for that, but it looked like, yeah, he lost a little bit of time on pit road as well. He is 4 seconds back from the 5 of Phillips. Phillips in 3 and 4 right now in the 12th position. So Floyd staying out as long as he can, but he's going to lose a lot of time. Might be time to bring it down pit road. I know he's dreading it because of the tire strategy that he's put himself in, but he will have to bring it down. He knows this, but it's 3.4 seconds back to Sean Bounty. These guys still yet to pit. Then we'll bring it back up there on your screen right quick. There's your championship top 4. Right now, these guys have spread way out. It was this group of guys that was the top 4 in the race at one point. But since then, John Bounty seems like he might have the championship based off position. He still has to pit, though, and the longer these guys stay out, the more likely that Ross Phillips and Sean Langton are going to be able to edge him off. The Dakota Floyd pulls out 3.7 seconds. Will he bring it down pit road this time by? He will not. He's going to keep going around. No more takers on pit road as of yet. Todd Cleveland will be the first car a lap down if we do have a caution. Ryan Watkins, Joseph Selig. Watkins the last car in the lead lap. Selig still out on the track a lap down. Ryan Depew in the 31. He's been out there for 33 laps. Hasn't brought it down yet. 7th position here for the 31 machine. There's Nicholas Presti trying to get around Todd Cleveland. Cleveland's got the fresher tires in this instance. Kind of crazy to see the 94 able to hang with him here. Oh, the 55 of Richie gets really close to the wall in the exit of 2. He's running up on the outside of Sean Bounty here. This is not for position. The 55 is being scored in the 16th position. Looked like maybe the 34 was going to bring it down pit road, but might have changed his mind. These guys trying to stretch it out. They might be trying to make it a one stop and end this thing. It might be able to do it. A couple of these guys have stayed out 35 laps on the fuel. They can make it to like probably lap 86 or 87. They might be good to go. Impressive drive here for the 74 of Henning, sitting in third right now. Still no idea who's going to win this championship. Sean Bounty in the best position right now to win it. Closest car to him is Nicholas Pressey for that championship 4. Then we have to go all the way back to 11th spot for Ross Phillips. Langton in the 8 car, back in 12th. And Miller comes down pit road. He's going to take 4 tires and be down and away. $14 laps on these tires now for the 8 and the 5. Phillips 4 seconds ahead, 4.5 seconds ahead of Langton as we all size up what the possibilities are for this championship. I'd like to think that Ross Phillips will retain the lead once the rest of this top 10 come down pit road. But it might be one of those situations where Phillips has to pit again. And that won't be good for the finishing of either Phillips or Langton. One extra pit stop could put these guys way out of the top 10 to finish this race. I'm curious to see if they can make it. Here comes Floyd now. It's about 30 laps to go. He won't have that last set of tires. At least I don't think. Could be interesting. He does have a set, so right sides go up on the 24. Now crew working around to do the left side of this machine. They might be able to make it to the very end. On Bounty down and away. Here comes Phillips to go around, but these guys are going to have about a 16-lap difference on tires. Langton works his way past Kyle Stewart. Doesn't quite get to Sean Bounty. Phillips might be in trouble here. Interval between Ross Phillips and Sean Bounty is 4 seconds. And it's starting to get shaved away slowly here. Last time by, Phillips puts up a 32.05. Bounty only has a 32.4. That's interesting that Phillips is able to run that much faster with A 16-lap tire difference. Very interesting indeed. Todd Cleveland takes over the lead here. 44, 18 laps on his tires. Dakota Floyd 3 laps on his. These guys are confusing me. I figured 13, 14 laps on tires would be a big difference. We're talking 2 or 3 tenths at least. Floyd's proving me right here, though. He's going to run a 31.255 to Todd Cleveland's 32.576. That's a full second difference here, and Floyd drops to the bottom now, all the way down to the inside. I think I see where maybe Bounty's not catching Phillips, and that's because he might have only taken fuel on that last stop, or maybe right side tires. It's a 12.4 second pit stop, as opposed to Ross Phillips taking 4 tires with 14.5. That's definitely being the difference maker here for Sean Bounty. Phillips hasn't been able to catch up, though, to the front two. He's working on Todd Cleveland. He's got him down to 2.5 seconds. But it's not looking good here to catch Dakota Floyd. Floyd has a 3.5 second gap over Phillips. Mark Math says no tires. I agree. I'm going to agree with you. Bounty should be catching up to the 5. That would make sense then. That's where it's adding up. And I'm interested to see if Phillips has to pit again. Is he going to be short on fuel? Langton now catching up to Bounty to crack the top 4. Championship 4, Phillips, Bounty, Langton, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Cressy is back to 9th. That's your pole sitter. And he's a threat. This situation he's in right now, not looking good for Pressy. He also does not take tires on that last pit stop. And he's clutching it, trying to make it one stop. Can he make it to the end? He was clutching it through 3 and 4. Thought he would do it again here in 1 and 2, but he does not. Different fuel strategies with where those cautions fell. There he clutches it again through 3 and 4. But to lead lap 95, Dakota Floyd comes around. He's got a lead of 7 seconds over Todd. 8, 9, 10 seconds. Cleveland falling hard here. He comes down pit road. I think he's decided they're not going to make it. And the 44 drops into his stall with about 30 to go. Langton hits it as well. Right sides go up on the 8. Now left side's going to go up on this machine. Ross Phillips still out on the track. He comes down pit road just a lap before Sean Langton. And gets around him here as they go into 1 and 2. Floyd still out on the track. 11 laps on this stint. Floyd might be sitting pretty to make it to the very end. This might be his race. This might be the strategy that wins it for Dakota Floyd. He pushed it further than a lot of other cars on the track. Had the clean air. Elected to pit after 37 laps on that stint. He might just make it all the way to the end. We've still got to crown a champion, and right now Nicholas Pressey is in the top spot. Pressey might be in the situation here as he's clutching it. He might be able to make it to the very end. Currently sitting in the 5th position. He's fallen back to the next guy in the championship battle, Ross Phillips. Talking about 11 seconds here. Phillips is not saving a thing. He'll be catching him here in a couple laps. He starts to shave down more time. Pressey loses another position here to Brian Watkins. Works his way up to the top 5. 27 laps to go here. How about Levi Kirel? He's had a solid night tonight, running in the 7th position. He started in 15th, folks. So he passed what probably feels like 100 cars here tonight. Phillips is 8 seconds back from the 53. Will be the first car a lap down. If Floyd can make it all the way to the end, he will remain the first car a lap down. Pressey could win this championship. 14 laps on the tires here. With about 23 to go. 25 to go, excuse me. It's shaping up to be a good one. Pressey's been clutching it so much that he's about to go a lap down as well. Lloyd's catching up to him. Lloyd hasn't saved anything at all. And the 24 make it. Sounds like the 24's backed it down a little bit here. Maybe he is saving something. VRX Simulators Championship, uninterrupted coverage right after this. We're going to take a quick commercial break and hear from our sponsor, VRX. We'll bring you the conclusion and your champion right after this.
Here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out the 37.
Oh!
Burned!
Cabot, where did he come from?
Here
comes Zwack.
A push for the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it Auto Club.
I played a couple of simulators, and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving. It feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
VRX Simulators Championship race. We're back live, VSPEED, and we've got chaos going on here with Dakota Floyd, who's trying to save enough fuel to make it to the end. Some of these guys unlapping themselves. Sean Bounty gets around him. Sean Langton gets around him. And Floyd make it to the end? That's the question that everybody's been asking, myself included. Ross Phillips now is starting to push. He's up in the top 4. Miller in 3rd. He's still got a lot of time left here. That 24 truck. He has to do it 17 more times, and he's got 24 laps on his fuel. He's got to do it. I mean, you've made your bed. You're going to lay in it. Has to clutch, draft, do whatever he can. He's got Pressey in front of him. Pressey brought it down pit road 22 laps ago, as opposed to the 24. Pressey has not went a lap down. Actually, he's unlapped himself. So we got 12 cars back on the lead lap now. Ross Phillips, he is 18 seconds back from Dakota Floyd. Floyd's been watching that relative this entire time, I guarantee it. Phillips could be the one here to snatch it away. The closest guy to him is the 8 of Langton, who's in 7th position. It's a solid 6 seconds back. Oh, breaking it down. We've had green flag pit stops. We've had cautions. Race recap. 1 caution here tonight. 12 lead changes. The weather has not changed much on this track. The air has stayed 89 degrees, 91 out there on the surface. The 94 and the 24 have been trying to save fuel. Pressey falls down to the 12th position trying to save so much. That tells me that Floyd's probably not going to be able to make it if Pressey had to save that much fuel. These guys are locked in, but that lead is dwindling down. It's 11.8 seconds this time by. We're coming up on 10 to go. If Floyd saves enough, there might be a point where he sees green and he just has to go. Because Ross Phillips has 10-lap newer tires, it's going to be tough to hold him off straight up at speed, let alone trying to save fuel. Just to give you an idea, here comes Phillips now out of turn 4. Ryan Depew, he might be on the strategy as well. Talked about him a little bit. Look at him in 2nd position here tonight. He might have the orange speed advantage all figured out. Possible podium here for Ryan Depew tonight in the final race at VSRL's Truck Series. I hope you guys have enjoyed this season as much as I have enjoyed bringing it to you. Do we have any idea in chat who's going to make it? Who's going to win this race? I have a pretty good guess of who's going to win this championship. The 5 truck comes off at turn 2. great season put together here for Ross Phillips. The 5-team just kept putting it together every single race. They minimized their mistakes, and it was no different here tonight at Las Vegas. Right in front of the 44 of Todd Cleveland in the third spot. He's going to move past Ryan Depew, who brings it down pit road with 10 laps to go. So that spells trouble for the 24 team. He is saving hard. We're talking about 3 seconds now. Lloyd. Looks like he might not make it on fuel. 2.5 seconds now as Phillips comes out of turn 2, or turn into turn 1. He has all but caught the 24. John Langton back there in 4th position. Riding on board with him. He's 6 seconds back from Dakota Floyd. But Ross Phillips has caught up to the 24 now. Championship at hand. Floyd knows it. And now Floyd turns the heat back up a little bit. '94 of Pressey gets his lap back. Now Floyd just has to push it for these last 7 laps. He's on the loud pedal. It's Phillips in the mirror as they come off of 4. That lead has dwindled down to 1 second. 9/10 as they cross the line. 6 more times for the 24 car. The championship right in front of Ross Phillips. Possible win. Just to cap it off. 8/10 with Todd Cleveland in 3rd. All over the back bumper. Sean Langton 6 seconds back. Does he have a chance? It's anybody's race, really. We could have a caution. Could completely throw these strategies out the window. If I'm the 8 truck, I'm praying for one right now. Half a second now, separating the 24 and the 5. Five to go now. Boyd has to bring it down pit road, and it's going to be Ross Phillips going by, but Todd Cleveland hot on his bumper here with 5 laps to go as they cross the line. Boyd had to bring it down pit road, wasn't going to make it on fuel. Langton's going to move up to 3rd. He's got a hungry Sean Bounty not far behind. 4 laps now. Todd Cleveland was all over the back bumper of the 5 for just a split second there. 3 laps to go as they cross now. And Todd Cleveland break the ice. He almost did it at Auto Club. Ross Phillips has been so tough to beat every single week. Doesn't look like Todd Cleveland has much left for him. As Phillips starts to pull away a little bit, this time by slightly faster than the 44, 0.02 of a second. Now stretching out that lead to 0.2 as they come 2 to go off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Ross Phillips looking like a champion all season long, looking like a champion in this race. White flag in the air as they come off of turn 4. And Phillips just has to do it one more time. No contest here for the second place driver of Todd Cleveland. Langton, Bounty, 6 seconds back. It's going to be Ross Phillips in style all season long, and with an additional win to capitalize on the points. Here he comes off of turn 4. Checkered flag in the air. Ross Phillips is going to win the VSRL championship. Winner of tonight's race. He led 44 laps and capitalized on the 24 of Dakota Floyd trying to stay out as long as he could, stretch the run. A full 40 laps, just couldn't do it. And your winner prevailing after rolling the dice. Ross Phillips gets it done, burning it down on the front straightaway with the 5 truck. Langton up there to join in with him. Fellow teammate. Gonna bring it home in the 3rd position tonight. 2nd in the championship points. But it's done decided. Ross Phillips wins the championship. Congratulations. Excellent drive here for the 5. We've got post-race interviews. We're gonna bring up your top 3. We're going to get to talk to your championship winner and race winner, Ross Phillips, here tonight, right after this.
I played a couple of simulators and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving, it feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
And here comes Milo. Big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out for 37.
Oh!
Burned!
Cabot, where did he come from?
Here
comes Swack.
A punch from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it Auto Club.
We're back live. VRX Championship Pursuit has concluded. Ross Phillips wins the race and wins the championship. We're down here on pit road with your top 3 and talking to Sean Langton here Sean, we were one of the few guys that we didn't get to talk to in pre-race, and you were in the championship top 4. You had a lot to work for, a lot on your plate here tonight, but you bring it home third and conclude what was probably, I would say, a frustrating race, but a great championship battle.
Yeah, I think qualifying towards the back kind of hurt me. I had to burn up my right front a little too much getting up there, and then when I double stinted the tires on that first stop, I just didn't have anything to hang with Ross. I was thinking about taking a little less fuel, but I think I would have gone ahead of him a little bit, gained a little track position. He would have got me right back. So congratulations to him. Had fun. The season was great. Thanks to all these great competitors we got. Made it a really fun season.
It was tight. You guys in the top 4 were in the top 4 during the race for the first probably 10, 15 laps. It looked like it could go anywhere, and it just came down to strategy. We had all these different guys trying to run it all the way out to the end, and nobody could make it. Did you think about that? Did you consider that at any point during the race of trying to stretch that fuel run and get the win?
No. I just wanted to stick with what we were going to do. I was thinking about mixing it up, like I said, a little bit coming in. I forget which one it was, and just taking a little less fuel. I'd only take 1 can of fuel and no tires coming back out, but I think I burned my right front up enough. Even when I came out, it wouldn't have really mattered. So I just stuck with the strategy. Just came out, ran as hard as I could on fresh tires, but Russ had a little bit more for me today, and congratulations to him.
Well, congratulations to you, Sean. You put on a great season. You're going to come home second in the points here at VSRL and starting 10th, bringing it up to third. Congratulations on the solid season. Do you have anybody you'd like to shout out and thank for tonight's performance and the season?
Just thank the Orange Speed guys. They're a great team. Ryan's a great owner on that team. We're having a lot of fun together with all these good guys. And I'd like to thank Garrett for putting it on VSRL. Southeast Tutoring, yourself for the great broadcast week in and week out, and really just the main competitors that show up week in and week out that make this a fun season to race with.
We appreciate your time, Sean. You got a little break here. We're going back to September. Hope to see you next season. Take care, man, and we appreciate your time.
All right, and hi to my parents at home. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. John and Deb Langton, we thank you for being part of this broadcast tonight as well. Third place finisher, Sean Langton, getting it done. So close to the championship. But there's always next season. We've got plenty of time to do it. Great finish for him in the 8. Now catching up on pit road with Todd Cleveland here. And Todd, man, it looked like you had something for him there. That last couple laps, I saw you peek to the inside. You were all over the back bumper when Dakota Floyd hit pit road.
Yeah, I was all over him, and like Ross was saying, he's like, man, I was killing him in 3 and 4, but I just wasn't making it back up. 1 and 2, he was so much faster. You know, I just wasn't making that time lost in 1 and 2 back up in 3 and 4. But yeah, it was a good run, Ross. He's a lot of fun to race with. So,
well, it was kind of the similar race to what we saw at Auto Club, and you know, Floyd was leading some laps, and then you came up there and had the lead and pulled away. It just, the timing, the tires, the strategy, anything you could do at the very end of that race, would you have changed anything?
I probably, like I was talking to Ross before, I kept following him down into 1 and 2 all the way to the bottom. I needed the clean air. I should have started running the middle line, and I feel like I would have got a better run. Maybe would have got to his outside going into 3, but even then, going in on the outside of 3, it wouldn't have worked. But nothing I could really do. He was faster, so
it looked good out there. The 44 finally putting together some solid runs. I know that you struggled a little bit at the beginning of the season, and I thought you were going to break the ice tonight with a win and carry that momentum into the next season. Todd, it's good to have you in the booth here. What we have 2 times here in the last 3 races. So, congratulations on the second place. Do you have anybody you'd like to shout out?
I just want to shout out Garrett Helmlinger and everybody that puts this on, and you at VSPEED and sticking with us and broadcasting all this. That way, everybody at home can watch and hopefully enjoy. So,
well, we appreciate the time, Todd, and we get a little hiatus, a little break Might see you over at WFO. I don't know if you participate on the Wednesday nights anymore or not, but be good to see you if we get some track time together. But a long hiatus, and we'll see you next season.
Yep. Hopefully, I'll see you in September.
There he is, second place finisher here tonight, Todd Cleveland, and building the momentum for next season in the championship battle. That we're sure it's going to be tight. It was tight this season, so congrats to Todd Cleveland, second place. And our final interview of the night. We have the graphic up there as race winner, but we need something crazier. We need like a big trophy. We need something just ginormous, like a big check. Wouldn't that be nice, Ross?
Big check, huh? Who's paying that check?
I don't know.
Am I paying it?
I think Ryan said something about a bonus.
No, stop it.
No,
my bonus is being a part of a great team. Simple as that. So.
Yeah, great job tonight, man. I know we pulled you up pre-race and I caught you off guard, but it seemed like you guys had it figured out from the start. You went out there and led 44 laps. You started in the second row, and that caution was really the only hiccup in the whole race for you.
Yeah, we went out. We tried a normal qualifying effort and kind of slipped up a little bit. And wanted to put her on the pole, but it didn't work out. Which it is what it is. Congrats to Pressy on that one. From there, it just the yellow. I don't even know what even happened with the yellow. It is what it is. We just no matter what, Sean and I were talking. We were going to stay on the same strategy, and you're going to have to somewhat double stint a set of tires. So. We did what we could. We ran it till we knew we were going to be good to go on 2 sets of tires and let her eat.
Oh, you know that you had the championship in hand there based off your position with the last 10 laps or so, but you had Dakota Floyd in front of you who was trying to stretch that run. Did you think Dakota was going to make it? Did that kind of like press you at all?
At first, I thought Pressy was trying to extend it. It looked like he was trying to really, really save, so that was worrying me a little bit. And then I got to looking at the relative and saw where he was and realized he still had to pit. Dakota, I know, was trying to stretch it. And once I finally started seeing him on the relative, I was clicking him away and just chasing him down. The one that really scared me was Todd. Yeah, I'm sure he saw it, but last 30 laps, he was right there on my rear end.
Yeah, he mentioned that and said that he was doing well, but you were beating him in 3 and 4, and you just couldn't get it back.
Yeah, it was the opposite way. He was killing me in 3 and 4. 1 and 2, I was pulling out a couple of truck lengths, and then 3 and 4, I would see him just close in. And I even told the guys on the radio, and Garrett said, big picture. And I was like, well, I've been saving tires too, just like he has. But I thought he was saving a little bit more running back or behind me the way he was. But I put the hammer down the last 5 laps, and we started pulling away a little bit. So once I knew. Thank God for Morgan and his relative. He was able to tell me who still had to pit, who didn't. And once I was up there in 4th place, I think it was, with everybody still needing to pit, start feeling a little bit more comfortable. So, and we didn't have to race Todd for the championship, just to win. So, but I don't pull over. I'm not built that way.
just don't have it in the DNA. I get it.
No.
Well, Ross, great season, man. You put it all together, and then the trifecta, the points, the win, most wins of the season. You just did it all here, and congratulations on an outstanding performance. You can shout them out one more time here on VSPEED.
Yes, obviously the biggest shout out's going to go to Garrett. I mean, end of the day, that's the man that puts on this league, and it's a tremendous league. Last season was really good. This one, when I finally got broke away from billiards league and got going with this, I mean, the first race, I mean, hell, we had almost 28, almost 30 something trucks. It was nuts. Appreciate him. Appreciate Ryan DePue for putting together a hell of a team with Orange Speed. Not 100% sure, but I don't know. We had another gentleman in the server tonight with us that might be joining the team, quotation marks. I don't know. Big thanks for, VSPEED coming on board with this whole thing. Again, with Morgan sponsoring the league big time with the SET Tutoring.
Yeah.
I think VRX also is sponsoring Streamwise, I think. Not sure.
Yep.
All that stuff. Big thank you for calling this stuff, even though you sound like you're dealing with sickness again. And
that's just
half
me.
lit
That's
every other week.
that's my natural voice. It's the allergies, the sinuses.
Gotcha.
We're working on it.
Yeah, man, been a hell of a season. I told some of the guys, this will probably be my last truck race with the league. I'm going to be here for late model race, and I think some of the guys are talking Cup Series league possibly. It's just time to move up in the world with things and let everybody else have the glory. So probably won't see me around unless it's race control when it comes to truck series. So
Well,
been a blast.
it looked good, and I appreciate your time, Ross, and I appreciate all the compliments, and I'll do what I can about the sinuses, but it is what it is.
A little bit of alcohol takes care of that, brother.
Oh yeah. I smashed about 3 of them here tonight, so
That's
it was
all.
good. That's all. Hey,
It's
you
time
guys
to
didn't wreck
party,
enough.
bro.
You didn't
Yeah,
wreck enough.
it's time to party, brother.
I'm
You got to
gonna
get you a
party.
little munchkin to go get you one every now and then.
Yeah, Motion's
pick 'em up
chomping
at
at the
your-
bit right now, actually.
You can pick them up at your local Walmart. So
Well, nonetheless, Ross, appreciate your time, and good luck with things wherever you might end up, and we'll see you, I'm sure, at some
Appreciate it,
point,
buddy.
because VSPEED's growing. We'll probably see you in another league at some
yeah,
point. So
absolutely, man. Shout out to everybody and anybody that's listening. Bring your ass over to this VSRL Truck League. So hell of a time. Appreciate it.
All right. Championship winner Ross Phillips getting it done here tonight at Las Vegas, wins the championship and edges off Sean Langton by 1 position, about 6 seconds back. Congratulations to him. So we're going to go through our final finishing order. As soon as I figure out where my mouse went, there it is. Results up there on the screen. Todd Cleveland brings it home in the 2nd position. Sean Langton, Sean Bounty, part of that championship top 4, 3rd and 4th position. Just couldn't get ahead of Ross Phillips. Brian Henning's going to bring it home in 5th. Great finish for the 74 team here tonight. Kyle Stewart in 6th. Morgan Cook in 7th. Garrett Helmlinger, Justin Ritchie, and Dakota Floyd rounding out your top 10. Ryan Depew is going to bring it home in 11th with, I believe that's Levi Carell in 12th. Nicholas Pressey, another championship top 4 contender, unfortunately not able to stretch the run out. He's going to bring it home 13th. Brian Watkins in 14th. Thad Miller 15th with that early race spin. Never able to recover. Joseph Selig in 16th. And Randy Saleh will round out your field here tonight. So it's been a good one. It was a great race. It was a great championship. VSRL Truck Series Monday Night Racing concludes season number 2 here. We appreciate everybody that came to watch all season long. If you have not, make sure you hit that subscribe button to the YouTube. We would appreciate that. It helps us out tremendously. We will get back to you in September for the next season here at VSRL. But Ross Phillips gets the championship here at Las Vegas tonight. Friday Night Racing going to be starting up June 30th, VRX Cup World Cup Series and Saturday Night Racing League. These start at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. The elimination race on the 30th for VRX will start at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll never miss a single race here on VSPEED. Until then, in September, I thank you for your time. Appreciate it. And from everybody at VSPEED, Adam Baker, myself, Alec Martinez, and everyone that put this together, take care, everybody. Have a great night.
Oh, big wiggle. And here comes Milo. Big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out the 37.
Oh!
Around it, turn!
Cabot, where did he come from?
Here
comes Swack.
A push for the 33.
It's a drag race.
The